Where to buy stock footage, a question we get all the time from editors and creators all over. What is the best stock footage platform? What's the cheapest? What's the biggest? Where do I find the highest quality? Where's the best value? I'll try to answer that right now. There are a number of websites you can get stock video from. Everyone is different and offers different pricing, content, library size and quality, search functionality, website features, licensing, and more. I'm going to list out what I feel are the industry leaders with their strengths and weaknesses. For any video editor in this day and age, I think having a membership, ideally an unlimited or high clip quantity subscription, is essential. When a client asks for a long-form video with lots of B-roll, or if you're creating content for yourself, being able to fill a timeline, whether it's 1 minute or 10 minutes or longer, with good footage, and not having to worry about the cost of every single clip is really important. Unless you have a really large budget, buying stock video clips a la carte or individually, for those kinds of projects, it's just basically impossible. So when it comes to the best stock footage memberships, I have 3 that you should be looking at. Number 1, FILMPAC. FILMPAC was the first membership website I can remember that was really prioritizing their curation and quality while avoiding that dreaded, sterile, fake stock look of the past. They have the standard search features and collections that are common and super helpful. But one thing that has set them apart from a lot of the competition is their model feature. So this is where you can find a model you like for your video and follow that model through a range of scenes and emotions and activities. It's totally unique, and once you get used to building a video that way, you really can't go back. I've also appreciated that their library has, some really cool cinematic, artsy, abstract shots, but the bulk of their content is just really useful. It's like really practical use footage that fits well into a range of video edits. And it's so consistent in terms of the overall aesthetic and style and coloring that compiling entire videos made with just stock is a breeze. If you look at annual or monthly prices, they aren't the absolute cheapest, but it's pretty close. And they're certainly more affordable than most, and definitely more affordable than going the a la carte or individual route. So I highly recommend FILMPAC. I think they are the leader when it comes to the membership world. They do also sell a la carte, but the membership is their feature product. Storyblocks is another. It's been around for so long and has such a massive library of footage. I believe it's the cheapest in the industry. There are some high quality shots, but overall, the library just seems outdated, a bit lower quality on the average, and visually it lacks any sort of consistency. So when we talk about making video content, whether it's completely from scratch or it's just adding B-roll, we want to make sure that every clip, every visual you use is consistent with your brand and quality. And for me as an editor, Storyblocks just doesn't work for that reason. Too inconsistent, too cluttered, not curated. In the end, too much time spent finding the right clips for my projects. ArtGrid, which is the sister company of Artlist, one of the leading music licensing companies, was launched in 2019. I would say pricing and overall library size is comparable to FILMPAC. They really have some beautiful footage, but what I've found and heard from others in the industry is that if you really need a stunning shot here or there in a video, ArtGrid does have quite a bit of good stuff, especially when it comes to that stylized, abstract, music video, edgy vibe. But when you're trying to build out a commercial or a longer form video, it lacks some of that practical use footage content that is just essential. For example, business and professionals, families and kids, health and wellness, those kinds of genres. Maybe we could even call it kind of the more boring footage. It's just not there. I would say this, that the ArtGrid library feels a bit more like a traveling YouTuber's cinematography reel than it does a comprehensive full stock footage library that you would expect with a membership. That's our take. When it comes to non-membership sites or a la carte sites, there are more players here. Memberships are generally kind of new to the industry, but there are some players in the a la carte space that have been around for a very long time. Probably many you've heard of before, even beyond the footage space, but I'm going to outline a few of the leaders and where I think they lack and where they shine. Shutterstock has been around for a long time. It's all royalty free and they primarily focus on a la carte sales. They do have a membership, but it's really outside of the realm of what the industry expects to pay for a footage membership. At FILMPAC, for example, you can start at $49 a month if you want 20 clips. At Shutterstock, they're asking $669 for that same amount of monthly clips. There are other pricing options, but it doesn't seem like they've embraced the membership demands of the industry, and they're focusing their efforts still on a la carte. They have a lot of depth in their library, and when you really want that perfectly lit, perfectly staged shot of a little girl blowing out a birthday cake, for example, they have it. And their Shutterstock Select videos run for about $399 per clip. So obviously that kind of price per clip eliminates a lot of the editors out there in the market. And though they're high quality, their footage struggles to have that real, authentic, genuine, and contemporary feel. It all feels a bit outdated, like their styling and compositions and cinematography is maybe 5 to 10 years behind. So big library, some high quality stuff, less cool and contemporary, and pretty pricey. Now, there are a few other competitors I would sort of describe the same way, and there are some differences, but overall, I would group Pond5, Adobe Stock, and iStock all in this same bucket. And in fact, one thing you'll see is that some of the same content is actually available on each of these platforms. So big stock footage production contributors will send their footage to all these places. So if you're looking for something more exclusive, you might be disappointed. And if you're looking for absolute exclusivity, you need a rights managed platform like FilmSupply. FilmSupply is easily the highest quality library. Though much smaller than the Shutterstocks and Adobes and Pond5s, it has really potent content. It's curated well, and the browse functionality is on point. It's like their library is shot by the influencers and leaders of the industry today with a very high threshold of quality. Now, when it comes to footage quality, obviously it's subjective, but I would challenge you to look around at some of these other sites I've mentioned. And usually you can tell within a few clicks where you're headed in terms of quality. From the welcome banner video, to the featured collections, to the level of curation that's there, to a featured promo video, you can tell quickly where the FilmPacks and the FilmSupplies really rise to the top. The issue here is that with this high quality comes a high price, and it isn't royalty free, meaning you gotta license each clip based on your own usage. And sometimes licensing fees can get up over $1,000 a clip, and sometimes much higher, like many thousands of dollars for one clip. So FilmSupply is very high quality, but really isn't for your average editor. It's more of a tool for high-end agencies with bigger budgets. Similar to FilmSupply, Getty sells rights managed footage, though they also offer royalty free. Getty has just been around for so long and they're just so big. I really don't like their average quality. I don't like their search. I think their checkout is clunky. It's a site that was lucky to be really early into the stock footage industry, but I don't think it's kept up and evolved, and I can't recommend them to a fellow content creator. I would probably place Dissolve somewhere in between FilmSupply and Getty. A mix of rights managed and royalty free, probably overall higher average quality than Getty, but not at the FilmSupply level. A solid library if you have the budget for higher priced stock. I would also throw Stocksy in this same category. There are probably many more I could talk about here, but these mentioned are probably the leaders in the industry. At the end of the day, you as an editor, producer, creator, have to decide what you need, what you can spend, what style you're looking for, what license you need. But for your everyday creator, I really can't recommend FilmPac enough. They launched in 2017 and have made a huge impact on the industry, and really have given content creators an amazing toolkit to work with. There are other options out there too, and probably more coming, but hopefully this is a helpful start to your stock footage search.